Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmental. This is Chris. All right, so I'm jumping in quick here before this next video. Just to say, I hope you guys are hanging in there with me during football season. I told you it'd be a little bit busy. It's a little chaotic. Got a few more weeks left of football, and yes, the calves are in the yard right now. And don't worry, you're not going to miss that. Should be in a few videos, but this next video, we're going to be cleaning out the barn. We already cleaned out the yard. I'm going to skip that one. So that's the only thing that happened between the last video and this next one is we cleaned out the yard, getting ready for these guys to get in here. So hope you guys hang in there with me because we got a lot of stuff coming. Hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you haven't yet, don't forget that subscribe button. And I'll catch you guys later. Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmental. This is Chris. All right, so it is Saturday morning. And not only do I get to tell you what we're going to do this weekend, you also get high school football updates. What channel does that for you? So Thursday night, this was Everest week for us. And DC Everest is one of the local high schools. So there's Wausau and Schofield and Rothschild and Weston and Cronenwetter and all that stuff. It's essentially one city. But DC Everest is on one end of town, and they're one of the teams that we still play. So it's a good rivalry game for us. So it was Everest week for us. Freshmen, we did really, really well. Won 29-7. And last night, varsity, it was a really good game. Unfortunately, we lost 24-14. We played pretty well. There was definitely some opportunities out there. We were starting our third string quarterback, but he did a really decent job for what we were asking him to do. So no complaints there. That's just where everybody else has got to be on top of their game. And it's like, even in our situation, kind of felt like we just left some opportunities out there. So, but there is next week. We got another opponent next week, and we're off and rolling. We are basically smack dab in the middle of our season this coming week. So, yeah, there's that. But for today, farm-wise, for this weekend, it's kind of prepping for getting calves. We do have some bales to pick up. We got those straw bales, and then Dad made, 18 second crop on the hill? Done. We are done with second crop. Done with second crop. Just have to pick them up. There's some cleanup in the yard we want to do. We're going to bring in some fill for some low spots. I'm going to bring in a load of sand first. That'll probably happen this week. But we got to clean some rock and stuff out of there. There's some rocks that are popping up. Yeah, that's what we are doing this weekend. It's calf weaning prep. So I'm going to come out and show you kind of where we want to put the fill, and also kind of show you guys a 360 view of how our fat steers look, because it's been a little while. You've seen their heads, but that's about it. Okay, so we know that that's supposed to be higher because we want the water to drain down and go this way. We still need to do a little bit of fine tuning, but as you can see, I mean, there's like this I don't care about, but there's rocks, anything that's like baseball size or bigger. So what we did is we tied a string to that very bottom run on there, and then we ran it up to like even with this corner post over here, the feeder, and that basically tells us, like, hey, if that's an ideal height down to the bottom of that fence, how much fill needs to go basically right where I'm standing? And it's about 12 inches. That way it keeps a pitch. It keeps the pitch we want, but it also raises it up so we don't have a hole. Now, I'll give you a couple guesses whose calf this is. Yeah, that does say 29 on there. Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. He's always curious. These guys are looking pretty good. Again, we don't think we push them very hard. They have free choice hay all the time. Yes, we try to keep second crop in front of them. And then, you know, our feed, that ground corn really is not that hot of a mix because of the cob corn, but they're looking pretty good. This was the smallest, youngest one out of the whole bunch, and he's coming around. But these guys are actually looking pretty good. Here's Horny, and she, yes, still has her horns. But here's Goggle Gerg's steer calf. So he is 100% Fleck. That's a good looking dude right there. And here, there's that heifer, that 10. This would be a full sib. So this would be her full brother. Here's one of the twins. His brother was shown at the fair. This is the one that Peasy raised. Cher raised the one that went to the fair. But this is 10, that heifer that I really like. This is her full brother. Same dad, same mom. This guy, his mom last year, actually, she got sick. She might have had some hardware issue. We had her in the short shoot last summer for almost a month trying to nurse her back, but it didn't take, and we lost her last year. So he kind of got shorted, but he's starting to come around. He almost looked a little sick in the fall. We just kind of just let him be, and he's come around. He's looking nice. They're all looking pretty darn good. So just a little bit of an update on the fats. So what we're going to do right away this morning is I'm going to put the steers in the BDA, let them roam around. They did this once before this summer, is go through and do what they do and knock some of those weeds and brush and grasses down. And then while they do that today, Dad and I are going to clean the barn. There is definitely still a little bit of manure. It's honestly probably going to be 2 loads, and that'll be about it. But that'll get that out of there. So they should have some fun in there today. There actually is quite a bit of more of a grassy weed in there. Like, is it actually a weed or is it grass? I don't know. If they like it, they'll eat it. And if they're eating it, that's fine with me. Now, we're not going for the spick and span look. What we are going for though is pretty decent clean. Getting the bulk of the stuff out of here, just so that they're not walking in any kind of deep bed pack, things like that. So especially in this back pen, the rest of it's only about a 1/2 inch thick. So this stuff isn't too bad. Almost just fell on my butt. All right, trailer's full, let's go unload it. The other thing about not going in the barn very often during the summer is you get reminded of projects that you need to do before the calves come in. And one potentially small project is that bunk where the concrete broke out. Yeah, we gotta do that pretty soon. We're gonna take a little bit earlier of a lunch break because Wisconsin plays at home against Alabama. So I want to watch a little bit of that, especially in the early on when there still might be hope, but you know, we'll see. Okay, so I don't think that's gonna end well, but their starting quarterback did go out in the first half, actually in the first quarter, but yeah, I'm not totally sold on. I like their head coach. I think he's okay. I'm not totally sold on their offense. I am more of a power running game type of guy. I'm an offensive line coach, so I like the way the Badger offense used to be. So I'm not totally sold on it. But we're back outside. It's halftime. I'll keep tabs on my phone. Honestly, I have the Hulu app because we use Hulu Live. We need to try and get a little bit of this out of here. This is just the bull. This is the long pen, the long shed where the bull goes. And there's about like a 1 foot hump in there that needs to come out. So I'm going to try and kind of take that gate down and see if I can do anything. If I can't, I can't. If I can, well, good. All right, so I'm gonna try and dig in here a little bit. This is gonna be like concrete, so we'll see how this goes, but we really should try and get about 8, 10, even 12 inches, basically right where the manger is. So yeah, we probably really should, because right now, like, we wouldn't even be able to drive the tractor in as far as where I'm standing. See if I can do a little bit, get it where, at least loosen it up a little or something. I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm getting pretty far. Dad just got here so he can do the rest, but I think we got to take a little bit more here and here. From the gate this way, Dad's having fun now. From the gate that way, it's a little bit lower. Now he's just playing. So yeah, we're now to the back half that definitely does not have as much because we really don't run any animals back here permanently, or at least for long periods of time. So we're basically down to dirt. There's probably still a little bit kind of manure in here, but what Dad will do is he'll keep rolling this back, chipping a little bit away. Now when he gets to the brick wall back there, then he'll be able to clean it up, and there'll probably be a little bit of a ridge back there, but not too bad. But it'll probably, this will be enough to fill this last load, and then we'll probably be done with this portion of it. But this has been, I don't think we've cleaned this in like 10 years, so it was overdue. So where are we at? We are done in the long pen, and hopefully, yeah, you guys should be able to see that. So we're pretty clean. Obviously, you know, we don't really need to pull that quarter bucket out of there. So this pen is done. Definitely worth it. You can kind of see where the line was right there. We took at least a foot of hard pack, hard bed pack, because if you got to figure, this manger right here is the one where all of our bulls spend the winter. So that is where they eat. That if we want to give them a little bit of bedding, this area right in here, from the manger, where the wooden gate shuts, from there to the opening, that's where we run a little bit of bedding. You know, I mean, we don't put a whole lot in there because, I mean, it's undercover, so it doesn't really get real bad. But yeah, I think that turned out real well. I would like to give the steers that grassy patch of the BDA, but that does mean that I want some, I don't know, you guys, there you go. I do need some duct tape though. So I gotta find my duct tape. Well, that didn't take too long. Got fresh ribbons up around this area. So I know I have that white ribbon that's like, and I disconnected that a couple years ago. So I figured I would put that on there just as a little CYA. Dad said he's got about another 10-15 minutes of scraping, and there's plenty of room in the green trailer, so we don't have to worry about him filling it up. So we're gonna throw him in there. They definitely look to be stopping for the fence. I mean, they were pulling up a good 3-4 feet, slowing down at least, and then it was like, well, there it is. So the cows are just sitting over here screaming at me. I don't know if it's because they actually don't remember how to get off the field because they were off that field this morning when I got up, or they're just lazy and they're like, hey, come open a wire so we don't have to walk around. So I'm driving over here to kind of lure them over by me so that they're like, all right, fine, we'll walk around. And it's like almost comical because like if I went and drove out now, these animals right here would follow me that way instead of like, no, the gate's right over here. So what I'm probably gonna have to do is drive out this way. I mean, there are some cows that actually know what they're doing. Right, 5-0? All right, everybody's got to figure it out now. Everybody's happy. Factor ain't last this time. Hey, good morning. All right, got going a tick late, but this time of year, and I don't know, this year it's different or what, but trying to get a video out in the morning on either a Saturday or Sunday morning. Saturdays become almost non-existent because I'm busy Thursday and I'm busy Friday nights. So getting a video out for you guys on a Saturday morning, sorry about that. That's why you've probably seen more on Sundays. But this morning, for whatever reason, just it drug out a little bit. So a little bit later start, but that's all right. So we got the barnyard stuff and the barn taken care of yesterday. And I think this morning we're going to go grab the straw bales behind Mom and Dad's. Like there's like, what, 15 of them back there? So I think we're just going to use the 2030. Dad's going to unload those straw bales. There's only like 15 of them, so it's not going to take him very long. But we're going to buzz around the back pasture fence quick and just make sure it's okay. And probably let them across. Or, well, either way, then it's done. I don't have to do it later when we let cows cross. But let's get going. All right, so does this area look familiar to anybody? This is the scene of the crime. Well, not a crime, it's my stupidity. All right, so this is where I drove through and got stuck. So, what did we do today? We're not going to repeat our mistakes. I put a wood blade, like the good wood blade, on my Sawzall. I didn't want to carry my chainsaw all over the place on the four-wheeler for this job, which I hope is relatively a short one. So let's hack and slash this sucker and see what happens. So Sawzall, not the greatest tool for the job, but we got it done. Got it done enough I could break it and move it around. And fence is checked, nothing major, just a couple of posts. All right, we're gonna see how this goes. Little nervous, but I think they'll behave themselves. Some of these older girls, they know what Dad's supposed to be doing. Boss, boss, boss. 50's leading the way. Now I will have to kind of weave back and forth to kind of keep them moving because they will stop and eat. Come on. Come on, girls, let's go. And there everybody goes. Come on, guys, let's go. This bold ruler's like, man, I'm gonna get there when I get there. Come on, Barb. Come on. There's Barb and her heifer calf. Yeah, she's a little skinnier, but as long as she stays bred, then I think she'll fill right back out real quick. We just got back from getting that last load of second crop bales. So Dad is unloading that. Oh, flat tire. Well, that's not good. Must have backed over something. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if there's a nail out there somewhere. Well, son of a bitch. Oh, huh. Odd. Wasn't flat when I put it away, that's for sure. But granted, that was 2 months ago. We are done with 2024 hay. Totally done. Done. We're not making any more. Not gonna surprise you with anything. So we are done. Steers got fed, they got their bale, and yeah, all's good. All right, so we are to the end of the weekend. It is Sunday evening, and I'm ready to be done because we also have some running around we want to do, and we want to get that done earlier than later. So, hope you guys liked the video. Please hit that thumbs up button. If you got any questions, please leave them in the comments. Love answering those questions. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. We don't want you missing anything. And thanks for coming along.